Kim Kardashian forced into a role she never wanted. And it's all about Kim Kardashian as like this reluctant momager. So we all know Kim, right? She's a businesswoman. She's got her hands and everything. But apparently she's been feeling the pressure to like manage her daughter North West's budding career.
Oh, wow.
And she didn't want to do it.
Really?
Yeah, she even said, I'm really not ready to be a momager and I'm kind of forced into this.
Forced, huh? What does that even mean in this context?
That's what I was thinking. Like, what does forced even mean? It's the Kardashians, so is it like a brand thing?
I think it could be. It's like their whole brand is built on visibility, right? So managing North's public image and maybe a career is like part of that.
Makes sense. But here's the thing. Kim's not exactly your typical momager like we see with other kid stars. Well, the article says she like emphasizes making decisions as a family. You know, they sit down and talk about what's appropriate for North's age and all that.
So it's not just like pushing her into the spotlight.
No, it sounds more like a collaborative thing, which is kind of cool, I think.
Yeah, it definitely challenges that like stereotype of the overbearing stage parent.
Totally. And she even says, no matter what I do, no matter what work I have to take my kids to school.
Wow, that's a powerful statement. She's putting her kids first, even with her crazy schedule.
Right, exactly. And, you know, she knows she can't keep North completely out of the public eye. Like, it's just not possible with who her parents are.
Makes sense.
But she really wants North to, like, be her own person and not feel like she has to follow in anyone's footsteps.
It makes you wonder, though, how do you protect a child's individuality when their family's fame is so tied to their own identity?
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's almost like a paradox or something.
Definitely.
But even with all that, you can tell that Kim is super supportive of North's interests.
Oh.
Like the article talks about how North is excited to try all these creative things.
Yeah.
Even if it's not, you know, the typical Kardashian stuff.
That's awesome. She's just exploring and learning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Kim seems to be encouraging that, you know, instead of pushing her toward a specific career path.
Yeah, it's like she's redefining what it means to be a momager.
I like that. It's like Momager 2.0.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got this Momager 2.0 situation.
Right.
But there's this whole other layer too.
What's that? It's about how careful she is with the offers that North gets?
Oh yeah, like she's not just saying yes to everything.
Exactly. Like there's a quote where she says, "It just has to be worth it for us to make a decision."
Oh, I remember that. And then she also said, there's so much I've stopped because it's just too much.
Right. It shows she's really trying to protect North from like getting overwhelmed.
Yeah, for sure. And that makes me think about how different this is from other kids who've grown up famous.
Oh, totally. Like we've seen how tough it can be for those kids.
And the Kardashians, they're like a whole different level of famous.
True. They're basically sharing their whole lives with the world.
But at the same time, they know their downsides to all that.
For sure. And that's what makes Kim's hands-on approach so interesting.
Yeah, she's not just leaving it all to like managers or agents.
No, she's really involved in every detail of what North might do.
I think the article even said, like, when North has something going on, Kim has to be there to see it all.
Wow, that's serious.
It's like she's trying to create this safe space for North so she can make her own choices.
Right. It's not just about pushing her towards a career.
Totally. It's more about supporting her and protecting her at the same time.
Which is a tough balance to strike.
Especially with the media always watching their every move.
Yeah, they're walking this fine line between letting North explore and keeping her grounded.
It really makes you wonder how things will turn out for her.
It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, it really is fascinating to watch how she's handling it all, this whole momager thing.
It's definitely evolving. Like, you have to consider their fame and the family legacy, too.
Right, and how many other families have stayed in the spotlight for this long?
Not many, and they're sharing their lives basically 24/7.
It's crazy. So it's even more interesting that Kim wants to give North a different experience.
Totally, like one where she has more control.
Yeah, maybe she's learned from her own life, you know?
Makes sense, and it brings us back to that big question, how will North's experience be different from other famous kids?
I mean, the Kardashians are in a totally different league of fame.
Absolutely, and Kim seems like she's changing the rules of the game.
It's definitely uncharted territory. Who knows how it'll all play out for North.
We can only wait and see, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on.
For sure. This whole thing is like a glimpse into the future of fame and parenting and everything.
It really is, and it all comes back to family, too, how they adapt in this crazy digital world.
Well, this deep dive has been a wild ride. Kim Kardashian always keeps us guessing.
She does. She's always challenging expectations and showing us what it means to be a powerful woman today.
So true. And that wraps up our deep dive into Kim Kardashian, the reluctant momager. We'll be back soon with another fascinating topic, so stay tuned.